Yeah. Am I ready to talk, yeah?
Go.
Let's go. So it's a special episode today. I say that every single time, I know, but this one is actually special because it's our 50th episode, man. 50.
That's mad.
That's mad. 50 episodes of content, man.
That's good. That's decent consistency.
Decent
Got to give
consistency,
it up to the boys. Like they've
A year and a half it's been approximately on the pod, man, and it's been good. And
It's a proud day.
shout out everyone that's been rocking with us from the start. If you're new here, this might even be your first episode. You know, hopefully there'll be 50 more. But what you boys saying? You good?
yeah, good man, healthy.
Good, bro. All good.
Yeah.
Everything's good, man.
Good. So obviously we're going into the kind of the last part of the year.
Crazy though.
Crazy, innit? Like,
Q4.
Last part, but it feels like the first.
do you get what
First
for
part.
you though?
Yeah.
Your year just started last month.
Yeah. yeah.
For people that don't know, Abs' year starts in June or July.
For
the people that don't know, yeah.
June still.
But yeah, nice, mad. Like I'm actually excited to see what's gonna happen in the end of the year. It feels like we're starting to get back to full normality with COVID and stuff. But at the top of the year, we had an episode about goal setting, and we talked about, you know, January times. Everyone talks about like their New Year's resolutions and all these kind of things. And obviously we had the conversation around your year kind of starts in June and stuff like that.
Start, man.
What number episode was that? Do you remember?
I can't even remember what number it is. We'll put it up now.
Yeah.
Goal setting. If you haven't watched that one, go and watch that one. That was one of our first ones on YouTube, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, how do you feel about where we are 9 months into 2021? Do you feel like this year's gone quickly? Do you feel like we are where we're supposed to be?
I feel like it's gone quick, man. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe we're in September already. Like man's birthday's coming up. Like
Big
going
3-0,
in-
man.
Why you? Like, this guy, bro. You see this guy? It's just his head is not correct.
Young.
Like, yeah, you know them young ones. Like he's
Young
not. He
still.
doesn't have that kind of like But going into Q4, yeah, I think just because the last like 16, 17 months just been like a big change in society in general.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think we'd kind of still have like the remnants of what's been going on with like pandemic and all that. It's
Remnants. That's
yeah.
a good word.
I don't even know.
does
I
that
don't even
mean?
know if I actually use that in the right context, but like I think people know what I'm trying to say.
I
Like,
think that's right.
That word's naughty.
yeah, naughty.
Jesus.
I didn't think we'd still have like that kind of simmering around us and all that kind of stuff. So that's a bit disappointing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I was saying to you guys before, it's been 528 days since the first lockdown. And it feels like we're still not fully out of it. 528 days later. It's mad, isn't it? But Abs, what about you? How do you feel, you know, kind of 9 months into 2021?
I'll be honest, bro. I've been just going with the flow.
Going with
Yeah,
the flow?
same.
I'm
You know,
just like-
flowing.
If we're in lockdown, we're in lockdown. Like, man, just find ways around it to enjoy life and crack on. And I think just the way I'd like to say, like maybe even you boys as well, we're like laid back. Do you know what I mean? So it's not, you know, when you're in lockdown, some people are like, I can't see my friends, I can't see my family, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh my God, I have to stop my life. Whereas us lot are a bit, you know what I mean? You know what? This has happened for a reason. All right, cool.
Proactive.
Yeah, like don't just, my life hasn't stopped, you know what I mean? I've not put anything on hold. I've tried to just crack on and get on with it. And then like now obviously things are going back to normality, so you start to see a bit more of your friends. You get to go out whenever you want to go out. You don't have to book as much places or whatnot. But yeah, man, it's good, man. It's good. I can't like I enjoy life regardless, innit? Like whether we're in lockdown or not, I'm
That's
going
the
with
only
it.
way, bro.
Yeah, I think the last 9 months has kind of shown us as people that we can adapt quite well. I think big changes in people's life usually scare people, but we've had a lot of changes quite sharply. So it's lockdown, not lockdown, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, can travel, can't travel, red list, yellow list, like all this stuff. And we've kind of just operated within that space. And
just
for the most part, most people have been okay, you know?
Do you know, I've realised as well, June, it's like there's things that really help you cope with more darker times. Like music is a big one, I think. Like even if you're just at the yard, like being able to listen to music can really do some things and help you like get through. Or, you know, being able to play sports, like stuff like that can, no matter sometimes what's going around, if you can like, I can listen to my music, I can do my sports, I can do my cooking or whatever it is you like. Sometimes that's enough, innit? Sometimes.
I think it's also brought out, like, for me, within my close friends, or like, not even just my close friends, but just my friends, the people that I'm around, I've seen the best of them come out. Like, the best of some of my friends that were like, you know, some of them are musicians or artists or like the footballers.
Because they have to focus, innit? Like,
now it's like,
there's nothing else.
They're actually focusing and opening up their wings and literally going for it. And I'm like looking at them going, why haven't you done this before? But this is their time kind of thing. And I'm like, I just watch them in the distance and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm buzzing for you because you deserve what you're doing. You know what I mean? Keep going, keep doing what you're doing. But also a big thing that's got me through, I ain't even gonna lie, and I'm not even a gamer like that, but the PlayStation has got me through. And I'll tell you why. Not even like, forget FIFA, Call of Duty. Yeah,
it's because you can play with your friends, right? Like, that's why the banter, the group
exactly,
chat, all of that.
And the funny thing is, I'm not good at the game. Like some of the other boys, like Marv and my other boys, Zoobs and Fads, they're good at the game. Yeah. But you see, for us, we're all in different time zones. So like, obviously, 4 of us are in London, 1 is in Qatar, but we're all different. So like, obviously me and Marv work together. So we've got a similar timetable in terms of our work. But Zoobs, he runs a business, obviously, as you guys know. So his hours are crazy mad. Like we ain't got time to meet up and, you know, and he's just had a newborn baby as well. Yeah. So like, he's got a lot going on in that way. So we ain't got time to say, let's meet up and go for food or whatever, because he's got a lot going on with our timetable is so different. And then you got my cousin Izzy, that's like obviously train driver. He's working mad. He starts at like 10 p.m. Finishes at like, we can't, there's no time. And then Fads is a pilot. And like everyone's time zone's different. The only time we can come together is crazy. It's on the PlayStation, bro. Like we can spend 3-4 hours on the PlayStation. We're all at the same time, even though we can't meet up. But it's that's the only thing that gives us that time to kind of meet and have a chat and talk about. Obviously, we're playing the game, but no one's really playing the game. You know what I mean? And it's the banter side that comes with it. But that's the only really time to actually talk to your friends. It's crazy, man. It's like when I was a kid, I never played the PlayStation. I never ever. I had one, but I never touched it. I never really played it. I wasn't really into gaming or nothing like that. But now, that's one thing that I can't lie that has got me through, because like you're chilling at home, you go on, your friends are on. It's like, okay, cool, I'm doing something in the comfort of my home. Which I don't think some people understand or get. Like you think, nah, gaming's dead. Straight.
No, I don't think it's dead. I'm just, because I'm dead.
No, but
I won't enjoy it because I'm dead.
No, but that's not the point, because I'm dead. I can't play Call of Duty. I'm rubbish. Like, I'm rubbish, but it's not that for me. It's I'm with my boys. I'm with my boys. That's what makes it more fun. So yeah, man, that got me through. I can't lie.
I need to feel like I'm not just a passenger, innit?
Sometimes you got to play your role, though, innit?
Not on.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to play your role.
Just play your role, man.
Can't be the captain of the ship always, bro.
Yeah,
no, I'm not even a captain, but I want to feel like I can compete.
Okay.
Like, do you know, when I don't feel like I can compete, I'm not in it. Not in it.
Nah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So obviously now we're going into the last bit of the year. Obviously we kind of reflected on what's been. Have you guys got any plans or any goals for the end of the year, or just stuff, or you kind of just going with the flow? Like,
I can't remember what I said in goal setting episode, but I think I was just more like, as long as I'm continuing to do stuff I'm interested in, that's all that matters for me. Like, I've had potentially some plans for end of September, October that I've kind of like not panned out because of the travel restrictions and stuff. So like potential opportunities missed, but you just go again and things always kind of pop up. So as long as, you know, and I'm working on things that I'm interested in. So that matters for me. As long as I'm on that trajectory, I'm good. Like maybe I should get more into goal setting and stuff, but yeah, things are smooth.
With me, my number one, and Dom.
Actually, no. Before you go, one thing I'm on is like getting my health and fitness back together, because I've been traveling a lot. So when you're traveling a lot, it's not always, your consistency is not always there. Like to find a gym if you're in Mexico or wherever you are, like it's not always as easy to stay consistent.
Do you think you made an effort though? Really?
No, but that's the thing. Like when you're away, you get wrapped in other stuff. Like when it's lit, it's like do you know what I'm saying? You're doing other things.
Now you're trying to get yourself back on track, and obviously you said you're eating well when you're trying to get back on track. When you start traveling again, is that going to be an issue, or are you going to actually think, you know what? Now I need to I can't put myself in this situation. Yeah. Not that you're in a bad place, but you're not comfortable.
No, he's in a bad place.
You're not comfortable.
He's in a bad place.
You're actually. I wanted to come from his brother.
He's in a bad place.
Good honesty. I didn't want to say it, but
he's in a horrible place, man.
No, but so that's a good question. I think now if I was to go away for an extended period of time, I'd make sure I'm in more control of my environment. So like one of the places I went, I was just staying at the hotel and you can't cook, for example. So like I would make sure maybe I got an Airbnb and maybe just first couple of days cook and like do all of these kind of things. Make sure that I know where there's gyms, or if it's not gym I want to do, or some other type of activity that I will actually do, whether it's kickboxing, boxing, tennis, like whatever it is, make sure that's in the vicinity. Like just plan a bit of those things ahead.
I think you'd even gain an experience out of it, you know, like just go into a different kind of environment, different maybe classes, because you're interested in that kind of, you're not just interested in going to the gym and like, you're interested in actually doing classes and things. And I think you'll be interesting for you, a different experience to see what it's like, how they do it in different countries. So you could actually benefit from it. Do you know what I mean?
And it's a good way to meet people.
Yeah, I was going to say it might create a social connection for you that wouldn't otherwise have fostered.
So that's one tip when you're traveling and you want to stay in state. That there's never ever any excuses. You can always just get a skipping rope, or you can always go for a run. So there's never really any excuses. But like, if you're someone like me that prefers to do more sports-based fitness, it's not always that easy. So
I was gonna say that there is really no excuse. You can skip, you can run, but sometimes, you know, especially if you're in a beautiful place, you might not have the motivation to just go and run on your own for half an hour. But if you're in a class with other people, you go to the class and they're like, oh, we're going here after, like, do you want to come and stuff? That can create a little bit more of a better environment for you.
I also feel when you do something for the first time, so that was your first time traveling, it's not the last thing you want to experience everything rather than, but now when you go again, you're like, okay, cool, I know what it takes. I know I'm going to have a couple of hours here. You can.
So that would be like, at least, that's one of the goals for sure.
Nice. But for me, it's doing my CV.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. So I didn't have one before in my last goal setting. I was like, listen, I'm in a good place. You know, everything's going smooth at work. Everything's nice. Like life is calm. Everything's balanced. I've never had a CV. I've never had a CV. I've never had to.
You're blessed. You're privileged.
I wouldn't say that, you know. I wouldn't say that.
Got through this far in life.
You've never had to have a CV, and you've always been employed, right?
So, always been employed.
But why do you feel like you need one now?
It's not that I feel that I need one now, but I feel like it's just good to have something there. Do you know what I mean?
Even for yourself to see, oh, right, I've done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, also that. But then I've never had a CV because I've been content, kind of. Obviously, I enjoy doing what I do, and it's good. Like I've done it for a few years or whatever. I'm calm with it. But there's gonna come a point, and I can feel it. It's not now, I don't think, but I think in the future there's gonna come a point where I've got to make a change in earnings. Like money's never been an issue to me because I don't live a crazy lifestyle. I've always said I'm more happy to work in an environment where it probably doesn't pay me enough, but I'm happy going into work and doing what I do. It's that fulfillment for me, rather than I need to go look at my account and see X amount, but I'm working like a slave. That's not me. And anyone will tell you that works with me, or like just in general, I don't believe in bad days. I don't like, you'll never see me have a bad day. And I genuinely believe it's because of my work. Because every day I'm going to work, I enjoy going to work. So it fulfills me in that way. So every day I'm happy, I'm buzzing. And people are like, well, you don't have no problems, you don't have no issues. Like, I'm like, I go to work, I enjoy doing what I'm doing. Everyone has bad days at work, don't get me wrong. But I can't see myself being in an environment where it might double my wages, but I'm unhappy. I wouldn't take that. But then I feel like I need to have a CV there, because I might be able to, now that I've done what I've done for a certain amount of years, I might be able to explore a little bit more in that field. Whereas at the minute, I've been calm, I've been like cool, I've been, you know, just dealing with it. So I think, the first step is I'm going to get a CV done. And
how you going to get that done?
My good friend Dom's going to help me with that.
I am indeed. No,
he's going to help me with that. Man, I'm actually looking forward to it, just to get a,
It's actually mad.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Like you're thinking, I'm buzzing to get a CV done.
Just to have it there, innit? Just to know, you know what I mean? I've never it's never got in my way. No one's ever said to me, have you got a CV? You know what I mean? But I just thought about it, like, you know, I was thinking about it the other day. And I was like, do you know anyone? Dom was like, I can help you with it. I was like, sweet. Let me just get it out of the way. So I'm gonna.
I swear there's a hack with the CV though. LinkedIn is like, if you put all your work history on LinkedIn, there's a tab where you can just click and download CV. It actually generates a quite nice TV.
We might have to take a look
So
at
you
that.
might have to look
Have you got
into
LinkedIn?
I think
Yes,
that's what
but
You don't really use it.
Yes, I have like logins and that.
So
like
that might be the
Yeah.
first place to go, actually, I think.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and then yeah, man. Apart from that, there's nothing else. There's nothing else.
Obviously, cracking on with your football season.
Yeah, just
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just the
regular schedule.
Just the usual stuff.
Cool. And then for me, I would say, obviously, I've just started a new job. It's a bit of an interesting one. I was having a conversation with my friend yesterday about, obviously, I was working at my previous job for 2 years, and you kind of become quite proficient in what you're doing, and you have a certain way of working. And now when you start a new job, you kind of have to down tools and build up again. So the work you're doing at the start might not be so fulfilling. You might not really be stretching yourself because you're learning the way. So they're like, baby steps at first. So for me, it's just kind of the end of the year, getting up to speed with the kind of new work that we do. I also want to get back into my reading. At the top of the year, I was reading quite a lot, like making time in my schedule to read, and now I've kind of got off that. It's kind of been replaced by exercise time. It's hard to kind of find that balance, but that's what I'm doing going into the end of the year. But again, kind of like you, I'm kind of excited. Obviously, I'm starting a new job and stuff. Things are kind of changing. Things are starting to open up. So I'm kind of excited to see.
What about the podcast? Because how many subscribers did you want by the end of the year? Am I gonna have to get vexed? Because what are we
getting vexed already?
We
We're not even.
We might have to just do a little interjection because.
Yeah.
I think when I checked before the episode, it was like 809 subscribers. So we said 1,000 by the end of the year, and like we're 2 bills away. So I don't know what you lot are doing. Like, I don't know if you're like these men are not sharing it. I don't know. Have we been slacking? If you're not feeling it, can you write something in the comments? Now this is me, D. Like you need to give us some feedback because we need 2 bills before the end of the year.
Yeah, 100%. Just something that come to the top of my mind was just regarding work. Obviously, I'm involved in football and. Like coaching and to understand how people manage. For me, football is about managing people. It's not like, you coach and you do all that stuff. Another thing is to go out and see how other coaches not so much deliver the sessions to understand
whole
to see how they control a group of players, how to control the environment. That's the biggest thing for me. Like obviously, I coach football and I enjoy it or whatnot, but just like how to control the environment. Do you know what I mean? That's the biggest thing for me is like where I work, we've got like, 50, 60 kids and there's a lot to deal with. It's not just the coaching. It's the other stuff that I would love to see how people maybe in different countries or just in a pro environment or just in different areas that are not in London, but out of just to see how they deal with the type of kids they got. They're obviously going to have different types of kids, like their personalities and their characters, how they deal with certain things, and just have a conversation about it. Like, how do you deal with them? So that's something I think I need to do and want to do, because it's been the other way around where people have come to me and, how do you deal with this situation? How do you do that? And you kind of have a conversation. But I feel like now I need to go out and see how people deal with it to open up my mind a little bit. Definitely. So that's something I need to kind of reach out to someone and just see how they do things, man. So
I definitely
want to try and do that.
Yeah, like just step outside your comfort zone, man. We talk about it all the time. Just stepping outside your comfort zone, just trying to learn from people is always important. But yeah, Connor, you kind of touched on the subscriber things. That's a good little segue into us talking a little bit about, we've done 50 episodes of the podcast now, and just like a few of the numbers and some of the statistics and stuff. I did a little bit of research before the pod, so. We're at just over 800 subscribers on the YouTube. We've got over 50,000 views on all of our videos on YouTube. We've got approximately 5,000 podcast downloads. So that works out about 100 an episode, which isn't bad. We've got 100 people who want to tune into every single podcast we've ever had. Obviously, some will have less, some will have more. But big up the people, man. And then just some of the countries. So I didn't want to list all of the countries because there's loads. Yeah. But just from the last 5 episodes, we've had people from the UK, the US, Australia, Germany, Iceland, Qatar, Spain, France, Lithuania. That was crazy. India, Greece, Czech Republic, Vietnam, Nigeria, Ghana, Canada, Russia. Like,
That's
this
crazy.
is mad. Like we're just like some guys that kind of put some max together and just threw some content out there.
But what is it that you lot are liking, man? We need to know. Like,
Do you know what I'd love to
I
know
need to
as
see.
well?
Like, if you're from Lithuania, if you're from Greece, Russia, like where
Comment
are
your
Vietnam?
flags in the comments.
Like, leave us a comment and let us know what do you like about? Because some episodes we're chatting anything, some episodes like we're giving you some good value
stuff.
So like, obviously the interviews as well. I'm sure you like the interviews like with certain guests and stuff. Well, what do you want to see more of?
Yeah.
No, it'll be interesting to see those people that are not from the UK. Why are you watching it?
Yeah.
Like, I would love to
How
actually
do you
just
even find us?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
I
other-
would
Do you know
love
an
to
interesting
know.
one?
So like in the comments, just put, you know what I mean? Just put
And
why
I'm
you're
not saying
watching
this
it.
is the case at all, but you know, some people when they want to learn English, listening to podcasts is a great way to do that
Really?
because you understand English in conversation, as opposed to like learning from like a tutor. So I was thinking about like trying to learn languages, and I'm thinking about what's the best way. I think listening to the music, listening to like a podcast in that language, because you can hear it from a conversation point of
Gauge
view.
the convo.
Definitely wouldn't be trying to learn English like from us or anything like that. But you never know, like you never.
You lot talk mad still.
That's what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. And also another thing that I think is important, if you're listening to this or if you're watching this, like a lot of the times I've been out and stuff and I've seen people I know, I've seen people I don't know, and they come and they help me up. They're like, oh, you do the podcast, like salute, it's big, it's sick. But like, thank you. I really appreciate it. But like, give us some feedback as well. So like, text me, if you know me personally, text me and be like, oh, this episode was good, or I would have liked if you would have spoke about this, or just leave a comment. Like there's a comment section on YouTube, leave a comment. There's like ways you can rate us on the podcasting apps and all those things. All those things help the podcast. Number one, give you better content. And number two, it also like helps spread awareness and all of these things. So yeah, like big up everyone that's supporting.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, give us some feedback.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's amazing. Like you said, you know, when you're just walking or whatever, obviously it's nothing big, but like, bro, I got held up in the ends.
Really? Like,
Bro, like I was just in like
Clapton.
No, I was in Edmonton.
Yeah.
I went into a kebab shop. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And there's two youths in there, like hoodie, tracksuited up. I thought,
You're thinking, oh, there we go. Good old Edmonton.
yeah, but I thought,
Good old Edmonton.
yeah, but I thought it's calm in it. I'm in the
Yeah,
ends in it,
yeah.
but it's 1 a.m. Two hooded up man, like come in. The youth's looking at me, he's like, "Yeah, you do the podcast." You know, I'm like,
oh man.
yeah, what's going on, bro? And he's like, yeah, man, I watch your podcast now. Sick, man. Like, keep it up. Like, and I'm thinking, that's mad.
Is that
man.
mad?
That's bonkers.
And we're like not ever.
because
Like,
my first thought is, oh, this is going to be
yeah.
a
Get
mad
techie,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a mad thing.
and that's the thing. Like, obviously, sometimes
then-
we have conversations. We think like maybe it's not going as quickly or whatever. But like, you'll be surprised.
That's
you
what I'm
know,
saying,
like-
bro. It means that we're reaching the right kind of people. Do you
So
know what I mean?
when they held you up and that, what they were just like.
No, the boy was just like, oh yeah, bro, man, I'm getting some food. Like, oh, like what you saying? Like, yeah, the pod's sick, bro. Keep it up. Like, just showing mad love, bro. And I'm just thinking, bro, we're from the same ends. Like, I'm trying to do what you're doing. You know, we're all trying to grow, kind of thing. So my thing is like, bro, love for the support. I appreciate it. You know,
100%.
and yeah, man, that's how it is, man. It's
I had
amazing
the
to see that.
I had a similar experience at Shoreditch Power League. I was just there with like my work clock, and now I'm just walking, and some guy's like looking at me, like he's looking at me, thinking like, why are you looking at me like this? The way you're looking at me is mad. Like he's like, oh, like do you like post videos on YouTube? I was like, yeah, I've got a podcast. He's like, oh yeah, I watched it. I've watched this episode. I watched that episode. Like it's sick, man. Keep doing it. I was like, salute, man.
So I'm yet to have that experience. So like I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like if I need to like feature more or something like that or. Well, I don't get noticed when I go. So they're just these two, to be honest.
You can always try talking some sense, but you know,
It's funny. But yeah, it's like I've really enjoyed doing the podcast. Obviously, like we say, we spoke many times about why I created it and stuff. But like, I just wanted to touch on like some of my favorite episodes. So I think for me, just like I was scrolling through, and like the whole first season, I really enjoyed because I didn't know how it was gonna go, and it went really well. So obviously, you both were on the podcast. Bergie was on the podcast. Paco, Naban, and
I wish those interviews would have been conducted with this setup.
I know. That's what
You know the setup, innit? Like one mic, two
they
man
don't
sitting
know,
next to
man.
each
I
other.
don't know what we went
they
through.
don't know.
innit?
We don't even have a picture. We didn't even take no
Yeah.
pictures. Like,
We should have been.
yeah, to just like we
To
could have
show
put it
them,
on
yeah,
to see the
growth.
grind. It was mad. Yeah, it was mad. We was in the jungle. No, we was in the.
We really was, though.
Bro, we was in the jungle.
We was
bro.
in the jungle, bro.
Bro, we was basically sitting on top of each other to get a word in.
How bad that
so,
is.
so for context, guys, right? So the podcast started as audio only. Well, I guess that's what podcasts are, but there was no visuals. It was this table here you see in front of you, but we're both sitting on this side where Connor is now, shoulder to shoulder, and there's a microphone in front of us. So we're having a conversation.
What was it? Like a blue snowball?
Yeah,
like
it's
the
like a
snowball.
Yeah. So we're sitting shoulder to shoulder, having a conversation into a microphone that's in front of us. So we're trying to talk to each other like this, but the microphone is here.
There in your...
So the sound quality ended up actually being all right.
Okay, yeah.
no one would have known.
No one would have known, and everyone said like it came out well. So I think that's for me was some of my favorite episodes because we were kind of just trying a thing. Like there was no like roadcaster, there was no cameras, there was no all these nice equipment, there was nothing. So I really enjoyed that. And then since we started doing visuals, obviously Frank's one that didn't actually come out on YouTube, I really, really enjoyed that one. I think he spoke really well. I think his story was
episode
good.
number.
We'll put it. We'll
you
put it
asked
here.
mad questions,
Well,
bro.
because they need
There's
to know
50
the
episodes, bro. What, you want him to
like,
remember
man,
every single
but
one?
if you wrote
They
down
just
the
put Frank
episode you
Glock,
like,
it will come up. Come on,
We'll
Big
put it
Frank.
here.
let me. While you talk, I'll check.
We'll put it here. Frank
Bro,
Glock ones.
yeah, Big
Really
Frank.
enjoyed that one. So for context, my mate Frank, who I grew up playing football with, was at Charlton.
I like that one as well. I can't lie.
Was at Charlton. Decided not to pursue a scholarship there, even though he was probably going to get offered one. Decided to do his studies and now works in the city and is doing really well for himself. Big up Frank. And then for me personally, another one that was really good was Scorcher's episode. It was a really good conversation, but obviously for me, I'm a big fan of his music. And so for him to come and sit down, obviously as one of your friends, but for him to come and sit down on this platform was really good. And the other one that I really, really enjoyed, and it was probably my favorite conversation, was Izzy's episode.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is, for context, I guess we can say it now.
Yeah, we can say it now.
Is that we weren't actually going to release that episode.
Yeah.
That was kind of just a test. It was the first time that me and Abs were sitting down as host and co-host, or as two co-hosts, I should say. But we thought, let's just try it.
It was like
out.
a tester.
Yeah.
It was
and
a
it ended
tester.
up being an amazing episode.
Yeah.
Like Izzy opened up to us really well. Like he spoke really well. It was funny. It was deep. It was a really good episode. So what about yourself? Is there any episodes that really stick out to you?
Yeah, man. Like I said, the easy one. Like I knew obviously what kind of person he is.
Right.
I just wasn't sure how you was gonna take to it.
Right.
You know what I
okay.
mean? I didn't
how that was gonna mesh.
Yeah, I didn't know if you thought the same thing because obviously I'm a little bit older than you or whatever.
Yeah.
We got different views or whatnot. So I didn't know if you thought what he was gonna speak about is gonna excite you or make it interesting and how he speaks.
Right.
He's one of them people. His Instagram's pretty plain. There's nothing going on. So if you look at it, there's nothing like you're gonna think, oh, this guy is what's going on. So I know in the back of my mind that you thought, yeah, it's a tester anyway.
Yeah,
so we
this
knew he
love
was
is-
going to test it out.
Yeah.
And he was
Izzy's
obviously happy.
Izzy's gone on to start his own podcast as well. So.
Yeah. So when he came on, obviously he was amazing and just in the way he spoke, but more so he just opened up to us. You know what I mean? And he opened up to you. Obviously, you was there in the room as well, like to talk about some deep personal stuff.
For sure.
Like, he didn't need to.
Definitely.
He could have easily swerved and no one would have known.
Yeah.
But he opened up, you know what I mean? And it shows that what kind of person he is, do you know what I mean? So that's definitely up there with one of my favorite. And yeah, he's doing a podcast now as well with a couple of his friends.
Called Figuring It Out. Go check that out. Big them up.
Good convo, yeah. And then I think the one after that is definitely the Andre Boucard one.
Cold.
The Andre Boucard one is definitely like it's a good one for everyone, but for myself it's just the type of person I've seen him from day one kind of thing. But I haven't known actually Andre from when he was young. I knew him through football, but I didn't know him like. I looked at him as like we obviously looked up to Books.
I feel like that's a super exclusive episode. I don't care.
Yeah,
what
man.
anyone says.
You know
Andre
why?
Buka, because like
You know why it's
Man
exclusive
in
as
Ball
well?
like got enough respect because there's just like Man in Ball that people have got enough respect for, but like the wider maybe football community doesn't like know about what
They know the name.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't understand it.
Yeah,
They don't get
exactly,
it.
yeah.
They don't get it. So like for us growing up, when I was young, obviously being a young pro, whatever, and even though he wasn't nowhere, we still looked up to him because he was the guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we used to look up. So when we used to go play football with him, it's like, need to compete with this guy. I need to learn. I need to watch and learn from this guy and how he does things. And, you know, people don't understand the story and the journey. So obviously I've like followed his journey and understood it. And as he got older, we become a little bit closer, you know what I mean? And all of that kind of stuff. But for me, he has no Instagram, no social media, no nothing. So you wouldn't, if you don't know, you wouldn't know who he is. You just hear the name, but you don't actually know what kind of person he is. You know, like I think you've heard of him, but you don't actually know the kind of person he is.
Yeah.
And when you meet him, he's a big character. He's a massive
100%.
character, big
So
personality.
funny.
You know, he can banter, he can speak very well. And that's their first interview that he's ever done. So for me, that was special. Do you know what I mean? To get Books to come on, I think it shows the respect that he has for us to come on here, because I'm 100% sure throughout his career, you know, international, at club level, he's been asked to do interviews and he's always said no. There's nothing on that. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Google. There's nothing on Books doing interviews. Do you know what I mean? So for him to come on and open up and talk freely about his career and how he started and where he's going and what he's trying to do, I think that makes it, you know what I mean? It makes it a lot special. And for those of you that don't know, obviously we'll put it on there. He's obviously transferred, talking about going into being an agent at the time. And he's just, about a month ago, moved the player from Denmark to Rennes in the French league for 21 million euros.
Amazing.
You know, not part of a company. He's done that himself. And
Big up Books.
Yeah, man. That for me, that just you know, that just shows what kind of person he is. Do you know what I mean? He believes in what he does, because he never played at that level. Yeah. But he's doing stuff bigger than himself, if that makes sense. So yeah, man, that's massive for someone that come from the ends to do a big move like that by himself. And we had him here saying, I want to go into this agency, and then a couple months later he's doing a move like that. That's crazy, bro. And like when he's sending me the photos and I'm seeing it, I'm like, bro, man, that's amazing. Like it fills your heart. Do you know what I mean? So that's definitely up there with the best two for me.
Dope.
What about you, Con? Because obviously you're sometimes in the background of a lot of these interviews, and obviously you aren't here for some of the episodes. So you're a consumer sometimes. So from that perspective, what are some of your favorite episodes or favorite?
I think I like the Medi one, Medi Alito.
That was good, man.
See my friend from playing football with him, but to say thank you for him to come in and, you know, showing us love and that. Like Medi's just funny, and like his stories and stuff are like hilarious, super interesting and stuff. And obviously like that one and it's tea. Because you know why I like those two is because like people know them for certain things like Medi music and Shabazz like other things, but like when they come here they show like a different side almost to that people wouldn't necessarily know about them, especially like Shabazz, for example. Like I don't even think that many people know about like man's a baller, like people don't know, innit? Like, you know, people just don't know, and like don't know that man's got mad intelligence when it comes to ball and stuff like that. Like these people, like they don't know, innit? Like you only know what you've seen or heard about certain things on the internet and ret-a-tet, but obviously we know him in different environments.
Yeah, exactly.
So like we're lucky enough to be able to bring out a different like the different side of those individuals, which I think like people should like lock into and watch, because you'll get like a more like just the more human side of certain people, innit?
And you know the biggest thing for me is like those people that have come on, like, you know, Terminator, Scorcher, Don E, they've come on, and like you said, people see them in a certain light. But when you sit down with them, the biggest thing of me, they're actually good people. Like they're just good people with good vibes that can, you know, like what would be interesting for me is to get all of them in a room together. So if we was to put Don E, Scorcher, Terminator, Izzy, Books in the same room and just have a conversation, to see, you'll get a vibe straight away, like of just they're just honest people and open. Do you know what I mean? That's the biggest thing for me. Like I wouldn't.
We got to set that up, man.
Yeah, man. Like you know, like they're just good people. That's the biggest thing that stood out for me, man.
We should give ourselves some credit, because I feel like we've facilitated those conversations quite well in a way that maybe if they sat down with some other people, they want to know other things, innit? They wouldn't have got to show those side of people. So there's some obvious things that you might have asked someone like Shabazz, or there's some obvious things you might have asked the Donny, but you know, we're trying to show that we know these people kind of in a different way. And so we want the audience to see them in that.
See a different side to them. 100%.
So, yeah, no, I've really enjoyed it. And what are we saying? Another 50 episodes?
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go.
I think, why not? Why not, right? Why not? But if there's anyone you want us to see interview, like I say, we've got some interviews coming up that are definitely going to be interesting. But if you want to see us anyone interview, any topics you want us to talk about, like we'd really appreciate if you just let us know, and we can, you know, try and please you in that way. But just to pivot the conversation a little bit further, obviously the transfer window. A lot of the time we talk about football, guys. Apologies if you're not a football fan, but we're transitioning into football conversation. So the transfer window is just closed. There's been some interesting business done. especially in the Premier League. Connor, as a Manchester United fan, how do you feel about Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo returning to Old Trafford?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm feeling it, man.
You feeling it?
I am actually feeling it.
I'm not even feeling it. I'll be honest.
You're not feeling it.
I don't think it's gonna bang.
I think-
Personally,
Well, it depends. It depends.
we'll go to you in a minute.
Yeah, it depends what perspective you come from. If you're coming from the perspective of like he's coming to start every game and he's gonna bag 40 goals a season, I think that's a bit unrealistic. But if you're coming from the perspective of he's a winner, he can have a positive impact on the younger players in the team, the Greenwoods, the Rashfords, the Sanchos. There's no doubt that that's gonna be like a positive impact, and he's gonna make sure that those players have the mindset such that they're looking to win. Like they're going to become winners this season. So from that perspective, I think it's good. In terms of like the dynamics of how the team are going to play, obviously Ronaldo's changed his style of play to be playing down the middle, kind of fox in the boxish kind of mad now. And you could argue that like with what United have added to the team, the pace they've got going out wide, that
would work.
It probably could work. Like you could argue that. And we're talking about Ronaldo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was like we've seen it, Ibrahimovic's and the Falcao's, but this is Ronaldo we're talking about, innit? So
for me,
I think it's a positive.
The reason I don't think it's going to go well is not because I don't think he's going to play well, but because this nostalgia, right? He's not going to be the Ronaldo that left. He's not going to be the Ronaldo.
People know that though.
No, he's not going to be the Ronaldo that was even at Real Madrid. And so I think he's going to come to the Premier League, which is the best league in the world, and he's not going to perform at a level that people are used to seeing him perform at. And so, it's going to taint people's view of him. Because I don't necessarily like it when players come back to their own clubs. Like when Thierry Henry came back to Arsenal, I didn't like that move. I think it just leave it alone.
But do players go out? Like, do players retire well?
What do you mean?
Like, has any player like retired like on a high? Like
Zinedine Zidane would have if he didn't headbutt Marazzi.
Like like Henry's like going to like America MLS, Rooney's going to MLS Derbies, Frank Lampard's going America City, Gerrard going LA Galaxy.
That's not ruining their career.
No, I'm not saying this, but they're not finishing on a high.
No.
You can't though. You can't finish on a high.
But
why not though? Like say you're 32, 33.
What is finishing on a high to you?
Like I don't know. You're playing at a top club in the Premier League. You're 32, 33. You win the league.
Yeah.
And then you finish.
Yeah, but why would you start? If someone's throwing money at you, it doesn't like, you got to remember, so they stop at 32, they got another 30, 40 years. Someone's throwing, the money they make at the end of their careers is probably more than what some of them earn during their careers, during the start of their careers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you basically, these players, they play for 10 years and obviously they earn, don't get me wrong, they earn good money, but they go from the peak of their years of, I would say, 28, 29, 30, of earning the most they can for the first 5 or 6 years from the age of like, let's say 20 to 25, 26. You're making good money, but it's not it's not crazy.
But the reason I say that is because he's talking about legacies being tarnished.
No, I don't think I think
like,
when you come back to
so
a club,
if man are risking tarnishing their legacy for peas. Like,
no, but it's not going to LA Galaxy and being the highest paid player there on 250 grand a week isn't tarnishing your legacy. But going back to the club,
it's not.
But coming back to Arsenal, that's what I'm talking
about.
Especially for someone like Henry, that's like, for me, the Ronaldo move, I think is a perfect move. Yeah. It's a perfect move for United. And I'll tell you why. They've had a good season last season.
Definitely.
With an average squad, a very average squad. You've now added in Varane. You've added in Sancho, which you needed. Pogba probably had one of his best tournaments again in the Euro, so he's in form right now. Then you've got Rashford on one side, and Man United are missing a number 9. So Ronaldo couldn't have come at a better time to come and play the 9 role. It just couldn't have come at a better time. They're crying out for I think they was forcing the Greenwood, they was forcing the Cavani.
Sorry,
they're forcing Cavani. Martial ain't. I like Martial. He ain't gonna get you 30 a season. He ain't even gonna get you just about hitting 20. And then the way he plays is not enough. It's not enough to be a United player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Ronaldo comes at an important time, and I think at a good time. And the kind of player he is, he's gonna bring everyone. He's gonna bring the club,
raise the level.
He's gonna bring United together back again.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
They need to sign, I think, another midfielder.
Everyone's saying this, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Fred and McTominay, for me, it's enough. It's not. They're not great players. But when you can't have an amazing player in every single position.
Why not?
That's
Chelsea
not how it
do.
works.
Chelsea do.
They have an amazing player in every single position.
Yes. Let's go.
Go on, let's go for the team then.
Go
Keeper.
on.
Is the keeper unbelievable?
Yes.
Yeah, he's cold.
What, Edwin Mendy's unbelievable.
He's top. Who's apart from
he's a good
Edison?
keeper. All right, let's move
apart
on.
from Edison,
All right, let's move on.
he's top
And
3,
Alisson.
top 5.
All right, he's good keeper. Cool.
He's top 5. He's not happy about that. He got shut down
Cool.
early.
So
Yeah,
what formation does Chelsea play? 4-3-3.
Whatever formation you want, they can play.
So Reece James, yeah, good.
Right back.
Really good fullback. And then you got Rudiger and Christensen, probably playing centre back.
Thiago.
Thiago Silva's
Bro,
not
he's doing
unbelievable.
the job.
He's all right. Like,
He's doing the job.
old
It
as
doesn't
hell.
matter. It doesn't matter if he's old as hell.
matter, yeah.
Is he performing?
All right.
I haven't seen him have a
But
stinker.
anyway, Rudiger, let's just say,
Yeah.
First game,
probably going to
first game, I
start.
think he did.
First game, cool.
Probably going to start is going to be Rudiger and Christensen, yeah? It's not Thiago Silva that doesn't
But
start.
they play a 3.
Okay, so Rudiger, Christensen, Thiago Silva then.
Yeah.
Christensen, is he an unbelievable centre back?
No. But they play Aspilicueta.
Is he a okay, Aspilicueta? He's old though.
But they
again.
defenders is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they fit the system.
Mm.
Because I think if Chelsea thought they needed they're going to buy defenders, bro. They've just spent 100 million on Lukaku. So if they need to buy defenders, the manager ain't stupid. He knows. But what I feel he feels like these man do what I need them to do efficiently. So maybe they're not the best, but they fit what he wants. That's why I believe they have not bought no one. They've kept the same black, because like Christensen he's not sick, but I think what he does fits what Tuchel wants.
But the reason I say that Fred and McTominay, just to go back to the point, the reason I say that is like they're not unbelievable. McTominay, I think especially can play that deepest role, and then you've got the other two in front of you. So you've got like a Bruno and a Pogba in front of you, and that's fine. I think that's an okay midfield three. Like it's alright.
No, it's not bad, but
you don't need to put Declan Rice. Everyone's saying Declan Rice, like Declan Rice, Pogba. Like bro, you can't have mess players in every single position. Like
But to go that far, the next level in football, to compete at the in Europe, to go and win the Premier League, you're gonna need that, bro. You can't have one.
but Chelsea,
that's an important position to be lacking in.
Yeah, but Chelsea
Like
didn't have
McTominay don't do
we're
enough for
lacking,
me.
bro.
He doesn't do enough,
But
bro.
Chelsea didn't have the best 11 for me. 11 in the Champions League last year, but they won the tournament, innit? It's to do with like tactics. Like Solskjaer needs to be able to manage that midfield so that
but
it
they
can
had
do-
they
Yeah,
got
the
players.
personnel's
more important.
enough. The personnel's enough to win the league.
Yeah, it is, but
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
know. But I'm saying if you can improve the team,
No, for sure.
that's
but like,
one
you can't
area.
have like world beater in every single position. Like Luke Shaw's probably top 3 left backs. Then you've got Varane, Maguire, who are like top 10 centre backs. Then Maguire, Wan-Bissaka top 5 right back.
No, they got their
Do
team.
you know what I'm saying? Like you can't and Sancho,
Bro,
and Ronaldo, and
the
Rashford,
United team,
Bruno.
the United starting team is messed.
That's what I'm saying. You can't add again.
It's the only team that competes with Chelsea's.
Yeah.
It's the only team that competes with Chelsea.
Well, Liverpool's still they're
Nah,
on flames. Still. Like,
Liverpool's starting 11's mad as well. And City's, of course.
Yeah.
Liverpool's thing's been the same like last 4 or 5 years though. Like 3,
But
4
yeah,
years.
that's a good pivot. So Liverpool, I don't understand what they're doing.
Do they need to do anything?
Yes.
What would you change?
So Salah and Mane are going to the African Cup of Nations for a month in January.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
And they've signed no backup wingers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they needed to sign world beaters, but the drop off, it's like it goes from Salah to like Harvey Elliott and like Mane to Minamino.
Yeah.
That's
You're
not
right.
good enough. Like,
No, you're
what-
right. You're right.
Yeah, but
What is
again,
that?
like
when you look at it that way, it's
clubs
mad.
never have cold wingers.
No, but they had Shaqiri and
Yeah,
they let him
but
go.
they
like
ain't
what
like-
club has 4?
They had Shaqiri and they let him go.
wingers.
It's a big drop of
It's
players.
massive.
Like
It's
Minamino
too big a
and
drop.
Harvey
Yeah,
Elliott.
it's too big a drop. Innit?
That's a big drop, bro.
Bro, what's that?
If they were standard forward players,
Like a Shaqiri would have been alright.
but I don't know. They might perform. He might see something that we can't see.
Yeah,
we don't know
maybe.
in it where they've been getting. It's early in the
Maybe.
season, so
I feel like they needed
interesting
a
to see.
striker as well. Jota's playing well down the middle, but
Yeah, he's gonna bag.
I don't know. I feel like they needed a striker. I feel like, and then he could have been on the wing like as a replacement when Mane and Mo Salah are not playing. But City as well, they've had a very interesting window to me because they signed Jack Grealish for 100 million, who I don't think is worth 100 million to them. They're worth that. He's worth
dope
that to
though.
Villa.
He is dope though.
He's a very good player, but I don't know if he's worth 100 million to them. He's going to give Man City 100 million worth of value. I don't think so.
You don't know though,
I don't think 100 million.
bro. He carried Aston Villa,
Yeah, that's Aston Villa.
but he carried a football club.
Yeah, but if you put
On
Sterling
his
in
back.
that same team, we'll do the same thing.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nope.
So you think Grealish is better than Sterling?
No,
it's not even
they're
that.
different type of players.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
Sterling is so
He's
Sterling.
good. He needs good players around him.
He needs good players around him. Grealish is a ball carrier.
Yeah.
Sterling's not a ball carrier.
Yeah.
Sterling is the finish.
No, I would say he's not a
he's
ball
like-
carrier.
He's not
Like,
good. So Sterling will get the ball in his own half and dribble, and
maybe he's not his own half, but find the opposition's third.
yeah, in and around the box. That's 1v1 stuff, that's normal stuff. But he's not gonna grab the ball in the middle of the pitch, turn, play a 1-2, and
like,
make.
Create different
Yeah,
angles.
Grealish-
I know you're saying.
Grealish is gonna go into right wing.
He sets the tempo.
And
Grealish.
if they need a goal, he's going hunting for the ball.
Yeah.
He's gonna if the midfielder's not getting the ball, he's gonna run in midfield and say, "Listen, give me the ball. I'll take it under pressure and take the pressure off everyone else."
Yeah.
I think they're two different type of players.
Yeah.
But I just don't think they needed, because he is in the same realm. He's a different player. He's in the same realm as a Kevin De Bruyne. He's in the same realm as a Phil Foden in terms of the way that they want to operate in a football match. And I feel like, did you need to spend 100 million on that type of player who wants to be the focal point of your attack, who wants to be, I'm the attack starter, I'm the get it, dribble the ball. Like, De Bruyne can handle that. Foden can handle that. Do you need to spend 100 million on it? And I feel like they needed a striker. That's what they needed. So
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
sure.
we'll see.
And they needed to solve their left back.
But they distribute goals across their front three quite well, though.
From the whole team.
Like, them man 2020. Like,
You've just lost Sergio Aguero and you haven't replaced him.
it's very hard to replace.
Of
though.
course,
Like,
but
how you
you
replacing
gotta you gotta
Sergio?
try,
Like,
innit?
you
know?
know?
But I feel like this changes things. I feel like it's going to be a Man United Chelsea 1-2. But I feel like this is going to be the closest title race we've seen in a long, long while. I feel like the top 4 teams are all very, very
They're
good
mad
teams.
strong. Even
Quality.
Tottenham as well, strong.
Let's talk about Tottenham.
Let's talk about Tottenham.
So Harry Kane's staying.
Yeah.
Are you happy about
I'm
that?
happy, obviously. I love the guy, innit? Like, he's Tottenham, innit?
Yeah.
I love the guy. I got nothing bad to say about him. When he wanted to go, I was supporting it. A lot of people disagreed because they're like, "Oh yeah, we done everything for him, blah blah blah." But he could have left 3 years ago and could have gone, but decided to stay to show the club I'm here. Now support me by bringing good players. But everyone keeps saying, "Yeah, but good players carry other players." Where, bro? Where? I don't understand. Where has Ronaldo ever played in a crap team?
No.
Has Messi played in a crap team? No. All right. So why does Kane need to play in a crap team to prove himself? If I'm an elite player, I want to play with the best.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
football done. So for him to stay, he's showed his loyalty and he's tried to force the move.
But has
because-
he? It's not even a load.
He might have done it. He might have done it.
They've just like whipped. They've just thrown the whip and said like, "Chill,
Not
bro."
going,
Like,
Yeah. Like obviously he's tried to
you can
force it.
try all this not coming training stuff, but like we pay your wages. Like
Yeah.
we run stuff.
But
here,
he's just
innit?
trying
Like,
to show that, listen, I really want to go. Like, you know,
Please,
like,
like, please,
yeah,
but
just
like,
let me
you're
go.
not the boss,
So
innit?
he's
Like,
had
I'm sorry.
to force the move.
You
which
signed a
totally-
contract. and
Yeah, I
that's
get that.
bro. Like,
I get that, but then there's
maybe
gotta be a
maybe
mutual-
we'll let you go next year, innit?
But
Maybe
there's got to be a mutual respect in it. Like,
there does.
you know what I mean? But obviously,
especially given
he stayed,
what
and
he's
I know,
done for the club.
Yeah, he stayed, and I know he'll do his best. He ain't that kind of
Yeah.
player to drop off. You can't go from being top goal scorer and top assist
Yeah.
to all of a sudden just giving up. Basically, he
Yeah.
ain't
I
gonna
don't
do.
doubt his professionalism.
No, exactly.
But
So
I just
I'm-
feel like this was his opportunity to go and win something.
yeah, it's done now. It's
He's
done.
not going to win.
You think
anything
it's
with
done now?
Tottenham.
Yeah, it's done.
What's Tottenham going to win?
He ain't gonna go.
Yeah, it's not gonna win.
They're
No,
not
we ain't
win
gonna. I
anything.
don't think we'll win anything because
It's
we're
such
just
a
not. We're
talent
not ready,
wasted,
bro.
Yeah,
We're not.
not ready,
We ain't got the players. We ain't got the edge. Do you know what I mean? But also, Serge Aurier. I told you.
Good old friend.
He's got.
I told you,
released.
lot. He got released.
That's mad, you know.
Released.
That's crazy.
How
Are
would
you
how would
taking this in? A man that played 30, 40 games last season
You might have
for
to
the
put
last
in
2
the clip
years.
of him talking
about
about
surgery,
it. Might
yeah.
have to put
Let me explain to you what Aurier is, yeah? Let me explain to you what Aurier is. I want to compare him to something else, but I'm going to compare him to a man. You see, there's certain man, yeah? Certain types of human beings,
Yeah.
yeah? They love that good lifestyle,
Yeah.
you know? Eat good,
Yeah.
drink well, as in alcohol, go out
Belly
weekends,
full.
go out, have a wild time,
Yeah.
do a mad thing.
Enjoy
Vaseline.
your
And
life.
you know what I mean by a mad. I wouldn't know, but you know what I mean by a mad. Like, they're going
Enjoy your
all out.
life.
Yeah, they're gonna have a great time.
Great time.
And then they meet that one woman. Yeah, they meet that one woman, and they're like, "I'm done with the game." Eventually, though, man start to swerve. They go back to what they know. you know, like you still got your missus there. They, you know what I mean? Start going out.
Start dipping back into the old life.
They start doing a mad thing on the side. You start dipping because that's not you, innit? That's not you, the man to be settled, and that's not you, innit? You know what I mean?
Getting personal with him.
No, but this is what you see. So now you get what I'm saying.
What about analysing his life, innit?
You see how Ori has been playing?
Yeah.
It's not himself.
It's not himself. He's going to go back to the
Mourinho is basically the missus that he's found, has got him in check, but he veers off and does a mad thing.
Yeah.
Like when he gave that penalty away and got dragged. You see what?
Ori had done the mad thing.
Did you see what he done? Are you bro? Did you see what he done? He ran into a man at 100 miles an hour head first.
He's such a bush defender. It's so funny.
But this is what I'm saying. That is him veering away from his missus and doing his thing. That's the real Oreo. But now it's just that, like I said, Mourinho was the missus and got him in check. But it's only so long that he's going to cost you games, and he's done it. He's come back to what he is. Then he's going to have a few good games. Then when it matters, he's going to do a mad thing. So Orio's got he's played 30, 40 games the last 2-3 seasons he's been at Tottenham. He's got one more year left. They haven't sold him. They haven't loaned him out.
Let's just go.
They've said release.
What did he do? You must have done something.
No, they just paid him out and said bust out, and we signed a new right back. We signed a new right back from Barcelona. Safe. Yeah, cool. This guy's not messing around. That's the only thing. I remember I said the good thing about Nuno coming in is he'll bring signings. And he's made a couple of signings, to be fair to him. Like, so let's just see how they get on. I just want to see how they get on. Yeah. I'm excited. Top of the league, obviously, at the moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? With Arsenal being at the bottom.
Do you see Kane breaking Shearer's record?
Yeah.
You see him doing it,
Yeah.
But that's
like 140, 50 goals.
Yeah, I
feel Shearer's thing's mad, no?
280.
Yeah, how's he going to break that, bro?
260, sorry, 260.
How's he going to break that?
Oh, he might.
No chance.
I don't know, bro. The guys.
Because how's Kane? 27, 28?
Yeah.
He's got at least 5 seasons at the top level.
5 seasons. If you banging 30 a season, 30 a season, could do it, bro. Yeah. But you never know.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to this season, man. But also, we kind of had a conversation before about like Super League, about the Super League. But is the Premier League now not just a Super League? Like, who else is watching any other? But who else is watching any other leagues? All of the best players are in the Premier League, bar Messi, who's a Neymar. A couple men who are at PSG.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to be watching La Liga, but
La Liga is in the mud, bro. It's finished, bro.
You know what La Liga is going to be for the next probably like 5-8 years? It's going to be like Syria.
Yeah.
What Syria's been like, because no one watches Italian football from the days when like it was AC Milan and Inter that was bossing it. Like once they stopped bossing it, like the league just went dead.
It's dead. So Spain are done, man. They got too many rules, too many stuff going on. They just need to. They need to chill out. Obviously, the French league, they're trying to spice it up. They got some good teams.
But you know, one thing that I find interesting is that like the French league, you could argue like the players are just as technically good as in the Premier League. But why are the games not as exciting? Like on average, the games in the Prem are way more exciting than
there's a lot at stake in the Premier League
than the French league and the Dutch league or the Spanish league.
I think there's a lot at stake.
On average are the games more because the players are technically better over there. Like Burnley players ain't technically better than most of the French.
I think there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of at stake in the Premier League than there is in the French league. There's a lot at stake here. Media, the fans.
There's a lot more hype around
but when
the games.
you actually watch the games though.
Like, but I feel like that's what I'm saying. The games are.
I think it's just the style of play. So in the Premier League, it's very intense style of football.
It's intense, isn't it? Yeah. Like it's fast.
Like even if you watch Italian football, it's not an intense football match.
Like it's technical.
Yeah, it's very, very tactical.
So we're saying technical football is less
tactical. Italian league is tactical.
Tactical, yeah.
But we're saying like technical football is less exciting to watch than.
It's not. I don't think it's less technical or more technical. I just think there's a lot. When you play football in the Premier League, you're not just playing football. There's a lot of stuff going on around it that builds you up for this match day that you have to give 150%. If you give any less, you are X'd, you're out. Yeah. That's what it is. In the French league, if two mid-table teams are playing, they can sack the game off. It's calm.
It's a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, you can have a day off. Like it's calm. Like I had a bad game. It's cool. In the Premier League, you can't do that. If Burnley are playing Watford,
so it's the intensity you're saying.
No, it's just not the intensity. It's everything around it.
But as a fan, you don't care that much about the stuff surrounding it.
Yeah, you don't know because you don't know.
Unless you support the team.
But if you're the
obviously,
player, you're not just turning up and playing, bro. You got to deal with the media. You got to deal with the club. You got to deal with the next player that's coming through. If you don't perform, the club will buy someone new. In the French league, they don't have the funds and they don't have that kind of pressure on players. Players are a little bit more relaxed. In the Premier League, there's always something happening, or someone is always trying to get you out of the team for whatever reason it might be. So you're always under pressure to perform at your maximum.
Yeah, I do feel like the Premier League is more high stakes. That's basically what
you have to perform at your maximum in the Premier League. If you don't, you're gonna get found out and you're gonna get X'd.
Yeah. No, I would agree. But I'm looking forward to the season. What I've watched so far, the games have been brilliant. The refs have actually been alright. VAR's been fine. So now I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see what happens. But any kind of last remarks, boys, on our 50th episode? I can't believe this 50th episode.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Mad.
Nah, man, it's good. I just say, like, obviously you initiated this, and big up yourself for definitely the consistency and getting in the people to help out where you needed to and all that kind of stuff. It's only episode 50, but like, yeah, just thank you to the people who've been rocking up with us from like day one. Because I know there's like, I wish you knew who you were so we could just like chat with you and just like conversate with you and see like why you're vibing with us, you know, because you could be doing anything else with your time, you know what I'm saying? So like,
definitely, man.
Yeah. And also I just want to give a little shout out as well to my brother behind the camera. Who's taken on doing all the editing and stuff, and you know, the lighting and all the stuff, so making this look and sound how it does. Obviously you don't get to see him because he's behind the camera, but he's had no experience doing this before, and he's kind of picked it up and taken it into his stride. So, salute, bro. But that's been a Detailed on Map podcast.
Like, subscribe, share.
All that stuff. This is the 50th episode, so please, like, even my friends and that, if you're watching this, just click the like button, comment, subscribe, share it. Like, come on, man, do this for me. We appreciate you. Detailed on Map family. We'll see you again soon. Peace.